Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go the Distance podcast series. This is Sadie, and today I'll be introducing you to Derek Morris. He has a band and it's BMB, so I'll be asking him some questions later on in this episode, and the topic we have is change. So if you want to tune into this episode, you can check it out on Tuesdays, but at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And shout out to Lynn Burnett and Mile High Radio for making all of this possible. All right, so hey Derek, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, stoked to be a part of this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for joining in and being a part of this as well.
Of course.
All right, so today's topic is about change. What kind of changes have you experienced in your life? And yeah.
Oh, wow. For me, it's the perfect topic. Because just for me, for change, I've done a lot of music and a lot of art, and I was a drug user, alcoholic, and I've been sober for a year since December 1st, which I was telling you earlier when we were talking. And that's a huge change for me personally. I see other people change, but when it happens for you with that, it's such a different thing. And for me, it was just I don't know, it was just God woke me up, it's like, hey, you've done this and you've done that, you know what to do, and you have to accept it. So I was like, all right, went back to church, went to AA, and then ever since then, I've never had, they call them triggers, you want to drink or you want to do drugs. I've never had any of that. So I think that's really crazy because that doesn't happen to a lot of people that sober up. And I was drinking and doing so many drugs that I should have went through withdrawals, and I didn't go through any withdrawals or anything. So again, for me, it's so rad that I'm so blessed by God to him to pick me up, and I didn't even have to go to a treatment center. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Yeah. And I just feel so different. Sorry. Oh.
Go ahead.
I just life's just crazy. I feel like I'm high on life. I heard people tell me that before, and I was like, yeah, right. What are you talking about? High on life. But I feel it now, and it's crazy because everything is just working out, and I have a clear head with my album coming out and my art that I'm doing. It's just everything is clear headed, because I was drinking for 12 years, and doing drugs. Yeah. So it's crazy.
So when is your album coming out? Tell us.
It's going to be January the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will be coming out. There'll be 12 songs on there with featured artist Drew Smith. He's actually a best friend of mine, and he's in San Diego, and I'm in Hollywood. But he's in a pop punk band, so it's pretty cool because my music doesn't have anything to do with that. But he's pop punk, and it's just cool that we've done that music together, and then we branched off, did our own thing. But it's cool that as musicians you can work together with any type of music, any type of artist, so it's just real beautiful.
That's great. Does your album have a title? Have you released that information yet?
Yeah, it's called, yes, I have. It's called Made It Alive, and it's kind of like I was saying, there's a lot of times in my life where I almost got killed, from drugs, drinking, or almost OD'd, so to me it's real important starting out this basically it's a new year for me, so I named it Made It Alive, or Made It Out Alive, my bad, sorry.
That's so awesome. I love it.
Thank you.
Pumped to hear it.
Woo! Yeah, get it while it's hot. It's gonna be on a Bandcamp, so I'll have it on there.
Okay, I was going to say, what platforms will you be releasing on?
Yeah, because I have singles on iTunes, Spotify, whatever, but with this album, what's important about it is that I'm not putting any tracks. I'm not putting the album online. I'm only selling it in CD format, and the first 40 people to buy it are going to get a print of the album signed by me. So it's very special to me because it's more sincere than me just putting it out on the internet for everyone. I want people to actually hold it, look at it, and experience it,
That's so cool.
Thank you.
So you talked about doing some artwork. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I did this thing called Vemps for about like 15 years,
Okay.
and it was basically just like I toured the Warped Tour and a lot of stuff like that and sold product. But right now I switched. It's the same art, but I switched it, and it's now called You Are Loved. And what I
Okay.
do is every book that is bought, I donate 10 books to the Children's Hospital, suicide prevention, schools, and just people in need, like children's. Like for Christmas, I got to donate 60 books to my church, where there's families that their kids had no presents, and the
Wow.
books that I give out are they're encouragements. They say, like, you are loved, you are awesome, you are unique, you're not alone, you can do anything, everything will work out. And it's a coloring book too.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, just trying to inspire I feel like the youth. It's very crucial, and it even works for adults. I had a friend, one of my homies, gave it to his partner at work, and he opened it and started crying. So
Oh, wow.
it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I feel people don't get affirmations from people anymore because it's mostly on social media. But like, there's something authentic about someone telling you with their voice,
Yeah, for sure.
So I just,
Someone you
yeah,
actually know too, right?
yeah. And even like, what if like you had a bad day and you're just walking and some random stranger comes up to you and goes, dude, I love your style, you're a cool person, can I give you a hug? I don't really know you, but just something about you. Like, how much would that make your day?
Yeah.
Like, us as humans, I feel like we're separating from, like, obviously from interacting with each other, but now it's like affirmations are no longer from a voice, they're from either music, which is awesome. I think that's very powerful. But then there's platforms like Instagram Instagram and Facebook, they're awesome, but a lot of it's kind of like, I don't really see too many like affirmations, but you shouldn't have to rely on likes to make you happy, is what I'm getting at. So
That's true.
yeah, very blessed to be, like I said, being sober, having this mind back, not just being jaded all the time, because I was depressed. So I get it. So I'm just here to pay things forward and like serve more and just kind of just help the community grow in any shape or form,
That's awesome.
So that's what the art thing, yeah. And you can check it out. It's going to www.youarealwaysloved.com.
Sweet.
It'll be up next week. So yeah.
And if you didn't catch that, we will put a post with this week's episode, so you'll find that in the description, and as well as any other social media links that you want to share. I can also post those there too.
Okay, thank you. I had my Instagram would be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
It's just BMB_music. Oh, and then also my other one is with the book. So you are always loved _FYI.
Okay, so one more thing. You also have a music video coming out. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's coming out January 1st, and the first shots were taken in Santa Cruz and by the beach, the boardwalk, just that kind of like organic feeling of like, for me, the ocean has always been a place of peace, like just to like, for me, I come out a lot and like go to the woods or go to like the beach or just the outdoors to like think, pray, meditate, So the first segment of it is filmed by the beach to get that aspect from my life and the aspirations I get from just praying and just like thinking about God, how much he loves me and all of that. But then the second part's going to be filmed in Big Bear, which is the forest. And that's going to be a different side because, like, for me, I feel like in the Bible, there's a thing saying to be bold as a lion. But for me, I've always felt like bold as a tiger or a bear because I have like a tattoo of a big grizzly bear on my chest.
Oh, cool.
So it's kind of like the forest atmosphere, like the roughness of the trees, if you would. Like there's beauty, but there's also like a roughness. And I feel like you have to be tough too in life. You can't just, like be by the beach all the time. You have to be in the woods too. You know, you're gonna get cut up, sticking on, like walking on a stick or a tree cutting you, but you're gonna keep going. You know.
It's so true. You have to
So
be
to
able
me, it's just kind of putting, and it's weird. What's that? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you just have to yeah, putting both elements together, kind of like the yin and the yang, but not look at it like light and dark. Just like situations in life, there's good and there's bad, but that's a part of life, you know.
Yeah, it's not the situations that you're in that define you. It's how you handle it and how you react.
Exactly, yes. And then, you know what? There's beauty in bad things, and there's beauty in good things. So that's why I wanted to get these nature shots, so
Okay.
you can understand that, like, there's beauty when you're going. I'm not saying to put yourself through pain, but when you go through pain, you learn things. Like, if you go through it and you allow it to learn from it. My bad. And it will build character in you. So therefore, the next time that you go through something, you know what I mean? It's just sharpening yourself, making more, like, I don't know. Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me. I don't know if I said it
Yeah.
right.
The way I
Okay.
kind of see what you're saying is like every time you go through something, you experience it a tiny bit different. So like once you go through
Yes.
something, you make that mistake, you're like, oh, I shouldn't do it that way because this person got upset or because it didn't work out in this way. But then the next time you do kind of the similar thing or something like it, you're like, oh, let me try it this way because last time it didn't work out. And then you're always kind of like taking a different approach to it and figuring things out.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Thank you for understanding.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm getting it for sure. But yeah, I'm just so excited, like I said, to kick this new year with new art that's helping change, make the world a better place, and music that's making it a better place, you know? So
That's fantastic.
I'm really blessed. Like, my life has changed so much. Like, I have it all. Like, I really do. And I just want to give. It's funny, the more I get, it's like I just keep getting blessed, and I'm like, inside, I just want to keep giving. Like,
That's how it works, right?
right, yeah. But there's no, I don't believe, though, like, oh, because most people are like, oh, I have to give so I can get back. It's like, no, you just give and you'll get what it'll just work out. But don't
Yeah.
give for a return, you know?
No, then you're doing it selfishly and it won't be as good of a return.
Right, absolutely. So, and I don't know, for me right now too, like, it's interesting because I'm a Christian, obviously. I'm a Jesus follower, lover, everything, dude. Like,
Me too.
rocks my world. And like, it's crazy because when I was doing all the drugs and all that, I didn't even like talk about God because, you know, I was all jaded. And now a lot of people are like seeing me this whole year and they're like, this dude's a Jesus freak. Like, what happened to him? But it's funny because, like, I am, and I don't care. Like, I love it.
That's
Like,
awesome. Good
he's
for
the
you, man.
dopest. Thank you.
You're just like stepping in stride with Jesus. You're just like, I don't care. Judge me all you want.
Yeah, I already know who's the illest. Jesus is the illest because he made up the word the illest.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's
I don't got.
pictures beside it in the dictionary, yo.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, it's cool. And, like, not to be, it's not a sense of pride where you're like, oh, I'm better than you at all. That's not even it. It's just, we all have different beliefs, and that's cool. Like, I respect yours. Even if you don't respect mine, like, we could still respect each other and not caring about, you know what I mean? Like, what's that called? There's a song that talks about that. Like, we can all agree to disagree, you know?
That was my mom would say that all the time when I was a kid. Okay, I'm walking away. We're going to agree to disagree. This conversation's over.
Right. But I feel like we can all agree in love, you know? Like, love is,
true.
like, it's huge. And, like, God is the one who made love. So,
God is
I
love.
don't know. Exactly. Absolutely. That's his whole theme. So, to love him and love other people, everything else. That's what cracks me up. There are a lot of people that are like, they're just, I'm not saying I'm perfect by any means. Don't get me twisted on this, but a lot of people are like judgmental about everything, you know, like, oh, well, you're not a Christian or you're a Buddhist or you're a this. Like, who
Or you
cares?
participate in this activity or you have this opinion about something.
Yeah, it's like, who are you? I just want to know who the person is. Get to know somebody. Don't get
Yeah.
to know, like, that's like saying like, oh well, you wear hippie clothes, so you're a hippie. It's like that person could just wear whatever the fuck they want to wear. It doesn't mean they're a hippie.
Yeah, it's true. We just like assume and stereotype and just group people so easily, and gotta
Right.
leave the judgment to God because He knows
Only he,
everything. So
exactly, like Tupac said, only God can judge me now.
it's true.
So sick, and it's true, yeah. And I don't know, this just ran across my mind. I'm like, how sick would it be if there was a rapper that was dressed like a punk rocker? I would love that because everybody would be like, oh, this guy's gonna play some punk music, and they hear him start rapping. It's just because everyone thinks that way, you know. It's like we're cultured. To me, that's almost like racism. Like, oh, you're like this, or you're like that, or not racism, but like
I got you.
judging. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. So
It's
thank
so
you
easy to
again.
pass judgment on people and assume
Yeah,
about them because of things that you observe. But
absolutely, absolutely.
one thing I learned in education is all behavior is communication. So you don't know like what the behavior is communicating. We often just stop and judge the behavior. But it's like it's so much more than that. There's something behind it and driving that behavior. So
Right. Exactly. That's why it's crazy. Like I feel like if you meet someone who's a dickhead, oh sorry, or you meet someone who's a jerk, and you're like, oh, they're a jerk, blah 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 blah, and it's like, okay, you don't have to hang out with them, but you know what? I'm pretty sure they're that way because something in their life caused them to be that way,
for sure.
and it's like not their fault, dude. And like, but it takes a bigger man or woman to see someone that's a jerk and just be like, dude, I love you, bro, but you don't have to hang out with them. You don't have to like take in their vibes. But when you're around a person like that, why not uplift them? Like, you don't know what that will do for them. Maybe they will not be a jerk anymore. You know what I mean?
Maybe they've spent so much time trying to like help other people and got rejected or something like that that they just
Yeah,
got miserable. Like you don't know like what their story is or
exactly.
you
I
probably
think it,
the
oh,
face
sorry.
they put on like in the moment. You just people put on a face to kind of pretend that life isn't what it is because they don't want to deal with life, and when you judge them you don't really see like the big picture.
Right. You're just seeing the canvas.
Yeah,
You're not seeing. Yeah, exactly. It's that old phrase like don't judge a book by its cover. That's been around for years, and people still do it.
it's so
You
true.
know, I do it too. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Like I can see someone and go, oh no, that person like likes motocrossing because they're wearing all Fox gear. You know, and then they could just. I bet you. I would love to. Next time I think that I'm gonna walk up to the person and try to get to know them and to see. You know, what if you walked up to a guy had all skater clothes on, and like, yo, what up? He's like, oh, my brother is sponsored by skateboarding, so he gives me all the skateboarding. I actually like to rollerblade.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we need to get outside of ourselves. Like that's what it is, just being like all stuck in ourselves. And
We're so stuck inside of ourselves we can't even see ourselves for who we are anymore, it seems like too.
right, absolutely. Well, not too. It's like it's that you
Perspective.
can't. Oh, sorry,
Go ahead.
I cut you off. No, keep going.
We just see ourselves from one single perspective and that's how we see other people too, but we forget that there's so many other ways to look at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you gonna say?
I know. I'm like I forgot now. I'm like we're getting some deep combo right here. I love it. I love it.
Going deep.
Going deep.
Not
I
deep.
forgot what I was gonna say. But how are we on time?
We've got about 10 minutes and then
10 minutes.
we can take a little break and keep going or we can wrap it up.
Yeah, because I'm probably gonna be taking off here in like probably like 10 minutes, and then I would have to be home. I mean, I can come back, or if you want, it's up to you.
No, it's up to you.
I just don't know. Do your listeners like want a lot or a little?
I literally just started in November, so this is all brand new.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gosh, because I'm like I feel like we talked about a lot.
so anybody who's listening, feel free to drop some feedback on my Facebook.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, I'll just
Do it.
drop my social media stuff right now. So you can
Oh.
check out my social media links at milehighradio.com/go-the-distance. And that has my Facebook and my Instagram.
Woo! Get it.
You can also listen to all my past episodes on there too.
Woo!
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Ask you another deep question.
yeah, go for it. So deep, so deep.
What was the biggest thing that influenced you to become sober? I know you said a
Oh,
lot, but like, can you be more specific? Can you like
yeah, I wish
tell
I
us
could
about
be. Well, yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. Like, well, what happened to me, I was actually having my last shot. I was like, I'm done. I had a shot. I went out, I was smoking a cigarette in my backyard, and I was just like standing there, and I didn't hear God, but I felt His presence.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like crazy because everyone I tell, they're like, wow. And it's like, it was a spiritual experience. Like, he told me, he didn't tell me, like, hey, there, yo, what up? He just told me, I felt it on me, and he's like, you're done. Like, you don't have to. And it was so graceful and so peaceful, so loving, so gentle. It wasn't a judgmental thing, obviously, because it was God.
Mm-hmm.
And he just told me, dude, you're done. I have a future for you to help people. And since that day to this day, dude, life, like I said, has just been a 180. But I did have to, like, you have to keep yourself in check, like, I had to be in AA because, to be around people. Because when I went to AA, then I learned why I'm an alcoholic. Like, oh, wow, I'm an alcoholic, like these people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to look in the mirror, basically, and just accept it. And once you accept it, I feel that's the biggest thing. Because I mean, a lot of people that you could tell they're not going to, like, keep sober because they're just like, I'm just here, I have to go to all these meetings, blah, 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 blah. They're not like, I found out I'm an alcoholic and I want to not be like that anymore. So it takes a lot of, like, confidence and a lot of looking at yourself in the light and in the darkness and being like, man, like, I am this, but it's okay because I can get over it. I have support and community. And like I said, at my church, like, I had good community. And again, there's nothing perfect at church. There's fights, there's this and that. AA, same deal. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Just to throw that out there, because a lot of people are like, oh, you went to church and that was perfect. And I was like, no, I actually fought with some people. But that's not the point. The point is I had community and we grew together regardless. We fought, then we made up, and community is key. Those people to call and like, hey, I'm having problems with this or that,
It's so true.
there for me. So yeah, that was those are two things I could say is follow God, listen to God, and have good community.
It's true, and don't be discouraged if you make mistakes too. Like,
Right, like, keep going. Like, everybody make mistakes. Christian, Buddhist, heathen, atheist, everyone makes a mistake. It doesn't matter what you believe in. We all make mistakes, but it's okay because you can choose. Well, the problem is you could learn to choose to learn from your mistakes, like we were talking about earlier, or not to. So,
and like the thing too, like if you make a mistake, it's one small mistake,
woo!
one time you slipped up. But then if you just like throw in the towel and you're like, oh, that's it, I'm like back to binge eating or back to binge drinking or back to binging out on drugs or whatever your thing is, you're taking huge steps backwards. But if you just like you accept the mistake that you made, you're like, okay, yeah, I messed up. I had a drink tonight and I said I wouldn't. Tomorrow's a new day. I can try again. Next time if I accidentally have a drink, same thing. Like it's not like the whole thing's ruined just because you made one mistake. It was just a
Right.
mistake.
Those mistakes our whole life. Like, come on. Like, can you tell me anyone on the earth besides Jesus that didn't make mistakes?
Nope.
You know what I mean? So it's like, hello. Like, we're all going to make mistakes. And yeah, don't get caught up in that.
Jesus is here.
What's that? What'd you say?
I was like, if you do know someone who has never made a mistake, then maybe Jesus is back.
Right? He's back. He's alive in me. I'll tell you that. Ooh.
He's alive to me too.
You. I love it. I love it. Whew. So that's all I had to say about that. That. Please check out my music and my art and my heart. Ooh, that's a good slogan.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Well, hopefully not your heart.
Yeah, I don't. That's vampire style dying.
No vampire.
I don't suck blood. I give hugs, not blood.
There you go.
It's a Christian vampire for you. Hugs, not the blood. Ah.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, I'm all out of words, and I'm tired now.
All
We
right,
got a
well, we only
long
have
drive.
5 minutes left, anyways, and we don't.
Oh, okay, cool. Anything else you have to ask?
No, I think that's good. I think if I ask another question, it'll take more time than.
Right. Get me talking. I won't shut up.
Same with me.
Good. That's good.
It's true. Need people
True.
who can talk because so many people are so like shy and timid these days.
Yeah, no one wants to talk. It's like, dude, I ain't gonna judge you. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Like, why don't people talk? I feel like that a lot of the times in my life. I walk into rooms and people just like look at me, and I have to like start the conversation or like, hey, check this out, check that out, you know. But there are people that are, you know, introverts. There's outroverts. But I feel like, why is there so many introverts? Is there a new breed out there?
Maybe.
No. What are they drinking? What type of water is that?
It's a good question.
Cool.
Never leave your drunk unattended, yo.
Right? I know, for real. For real.
For reals.
For realsies.
All right.
All right, so we're good.
All
Thank
right.
you so much for having me again. Thank you for everything. And have a good everything.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much for being on the show and for taking the time out of your day to meet up here. And thank you to everyone who's listening. And
yeah, thank you guys for taking your time.
Having another episode out on Thursday at 6 p.m. So check it out. And like I said, if you missed any of my previous episodes, check them out on milehighradio.com/go-the-distance.
Woo! Get it. Peace.
All right, I'm going to hit stop.